Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Angela Wolf here, Brother Brand Ambassador. Super excited to see you today. We have got a fantastic project for you today. In fact, I know these are popular in the South, but I think I'm going to have to make them popular in the North as well because it's super cute. So pop in, say hi. I have a question for you. What does your studio look like today? Because I have you angled this direction because I have an entire hot mess going on over there. The multi-needle is embroidering on that beautiful black fabric I showed on my show last week. It's sheer and has metallic threads, so you have to stay tuned for that one. That's embroidering. I just finished the blue one. I am working on the sleeves. I've got the cover stitch machine over here for shearing, and over there, don't even ask. So I want to know, please tell me your sewing room is a bit of a hot mess too, and I'll feel much better. All right, pop and say hi. We're live in the chat today. So let me just give you an idea of what we're doing. Laura's on here. She always has the cutest projects, super easy, but super elegant. This is something that is home dec that you are going to want to make immediately. Can you guess what it is? Well, if you read the title, you probably could guess what it is. But if you didn't, pop in, say hi. Laura, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Everyone say hi to Laura Pifer. You know her, you love her. We love her inspiration.
You guys are the best. No, I was thinking about you saying.
So, Laura, I'm very excited to show them what you're making today because I love this.
Okay, so like Angela said, this is very popular in the South. We like to do kind of a sash on our wreath. So you keep the same wreath all year, and then you just change the sash. And, you know, the South is they love their monogram. So anything monogram is in. So I did this lovely little wreath sash. And you can also make it in different materials as well, or colors. They usually do the white on top like this. So you can see the monogram or the design right here. And then you just wrap it around your wreath. Oh, there goes my wreath. This is like Christmas wreath. So we'll just throw that one out. But yeah, we need to add the leaves up here and stuff like that. But otherwise, that's what it is. And I'm going to show you step by step how to make this. So let me know what you think.
I love it, Laura. I love it. And you know what? I'm going to have to tell my husband to watch this episode, or I'm at least going to take a photo so I get a screenshot, because I love wreaths, and I had one up last year. I'm really bad at this though. Like, I'll leave my Christmas tree up until like March. Well, last year I made it till February. I just love the lights when it's dark out. So I need to come up with like some revamping. And I love this because he finally took the Christmas wreath. Well, it was kind of like a wintry holiday type Christmas wreath down in April. So if I keep changing the sash, I'm going to be golden.
Yeah. See, you got to do that. This is perfect for people like you, that it's like, let's just change one simple thing. I don't want to take everything down and have a whole, and then storage, right? Who wants 40 wreaths? So, you know what I mean? So try this. Let me know how it goes. But hey, I also will say, you're in Michigan. I'm pretty sure it's still freezing in April.
It is. Yeah. It is. And it's dark, which is why I like the Christmas lights.
Yeah. So it's all good.
All right, everyone. Pop in, say hi. Tell us what you're sewing today. Laura, I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay, so I'm going to head over to our cutting table, and that's a brief one. And then we'll head to, I have my SE700 behind me. We'll head over here, and then we're going to do the embroidery as well. So
perfect.
See you in a minute.
All right. See you over there.
All right, I'm here. So I'm just, honestly, this is the easiest part right here. You're going to cut a strip of fabric. And I'm using just kind of some polyester with a medium weight that I found at the fabric store, mainly because I wanted something with a bunch of step outs. Mine measure about 50 inches long by 8.5. So about, when you fold it in half, it's about 4 inches right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it right sides together like this. Okay. And then you're going to, this is a long piece. I'm just going to pretend we're doing this all right here. Now, one thing I would say, and I'm not going to show you this step, I would use like a lightweight stabilizer if your material is thinner like this. because so you'd want to press it on the inside first. You can even just do it like down here, just because it will help with a nice crispier finish, more sturdy, and also help with the embroidery. But what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, right sides together. And then you're going to sew. We're just doing a sash. I don't know why I'm making this look harder than it is. We're going to sew. So what I do is I start right here. I start at the end and I sew all the way to the center, but you're going to need to have about a 4-inch opening in the center so you can flip right sides out. And then what I like to do, now you can cut it right now on the corner, like get your grid roller and cut it. I just like to sew from here to here for my, cornered end. So I'll show you how I do that. It's just easier for me and I feel like it looks better when I do that than when I pre-cut it. So here we go. We'll just sew, start here, and then we'll leave the opening and then we'll sew the corners. Make sure the corners, so if this is your right side or this is your right side, you want the corners like a ribbon, right? So we want it to be like this. That means this one is this way. Okay, so let's go to the sewing machine. I'll meet you over there.
Sounds good. All right. While she's popping back over to the sewing machine, take this out here. I'll just I like that. Jute, jute. Is that what it sounds like when it's sewing?
That's what is in my head. I know I've always done that for as long as whenever I'm talking about sewing, I just go. I'm gonna mute it just because I'm gonna pull you up really quick.
Okay, while you're moving that, by the way, there always seems to be a theme word for the day, and I think you got it, Laura. Zoop, zoop. How would we spell that, anyways? Just out of curiosity. I'll have to think about that.
Maybe a J. Something like that.
For sure.
So you guys can see right here. I don't want this to unplug. That would be very bad. All right. We're good? Okay, I can.
Yeah, we're good.
Pull you up a little more. I need a good camera setting, but all right. So this is the Brother SE700. Now, I would typically do my embroidery on this as well because it does embroidery as well. But because we're doing step outs and I don't have 2 of these machines, this will work. And if you want, you can mark it off, but I think we'll know that this is halfway. And I'm just going to sew about a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down. Does it sound like that, Angela?
That's about what it sounds like.
Maybe I got that from one of my kids. My son used to dance to the embroidery machine when he was little, like when it was making the, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he thought it was like a little rap. All right, so I did just jump. Did you guys see that? So I basically sewed here. I'm going to jump to about 3 inches, 4 inches. And then you'll do the back stitch and go all the way down again.
Hey, Laura, what machine are you on?
This is the SE700.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, so we kind of made a tube right now with the center opening. And now what I'll do is I'm going to sew. You can go about up 2 inches, but I'm not super nitpicky on this. Just remember that whatever side you do the diagonal, right, for the pointy sash, you're going to want to do the opposite for the other. And so I just kind of go about 2 inches up. And then I'm sewing down to the corner. And I'm doing this kind of diagonal, so if it looks kind of messy, forgive me. All right, so that one is that way. So the ribbon, the point is usually out this way, right, when it's hanging. So that means this one right here needs to go down this way. So I don't want to confuse myself, so I'm going to start this way. And again, you can just grid ruler cut this off. I don't know, I prefer this way because if it's off a little bit, I can fix it. All right, and so then we'll cut the corner. You can cut that right there just so that get rid of the points. And then cut this corner. And then, okay, let me cut that too. All right, so now we go to our center point right here, and then you're just gonna pull everything out.
So we have to ask everyone, what's your favorite way to flip those corners inside out? Everyone always comes up with these great ideas. I know they have these cool clamps, not a Brother product, by the way, but you flip it inside out. Other people use, chopsticks. Other people use, what's your favorite, Laura?
I use the ribbon. Okay, I have a ribbon turner. I don't know, or a loop turner. I think that's what it's called. But for this, because it's so wide, it wasn't really a problem. But for the end, I will use chopsticks. I'll grab those and show you. Who would have thought, right? Chopsticks.
Who would have thought? You know what? I'm not very talented in the kitchen, but I do know how to use some utensils from there.
Exactly. Whenever like we get like takeout or something, I always keep those, and my kids are like, "Why?"
I do too. In my studio here, I've got a whole stack of them because that's what I use them for, especially if you're trying to get collars pointed out. They come in handy all the time. So actually, they came in handy this last week because I was helping someone or a couple weeks ago with their Halloween costume, and she was trying to make the witch's little magic wand. Guess what? They come in handy there too.
Yeah, those are hard. You know, the corners, like I'm not the best because I don't really do a lot of corners. So I'm sure there's someone that is a pro that does the bows and stuff like that could really help us get a crisp edge. All right, so here they are. Now you're going to want to give this a good pressing before we hoop it. But we can go to my my desk now, and I can show you how to hoop this really quick.
All right, so let me just take you out for a sec while you're going to your desk, and I'll bring you back up over here. I've got your desk up. Oh, hey, Laura, you muted yourself.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just noticed. We might want to hear what you're saying. I'm pretty sure.
Sometimes I mute it on accident because, like, if I'm moving something, it sounds so loud. You know what I mean? All right, so I got my hoop. This is a 4x4-inch hoop, and this comes with the SE700. You could also, now again, like I said, you'll definitely want to press this nice and flat. I did not, but I actually have my step out for that, so I don't have to worry about that. I am using this adhesive paste setter stabilizer where it has a sticky backing. I already opened it, but I guess I put it back together. So it's sticky right here. And how I hooped this one was what I did was I made sure it's right. Yeah. So it'll be like this. Now you can also use like a tearaway and a spray adhesive if you want, if that's easier. Now what we're gonna do is we want to make sure that we're getting the center, right, of the, right here, of the sash, because that's where you want to embroider. So if you're big on marking, I am not, and I should learn to be. Right, Angela? But if you know what I like to do, I used to do all the little marking things and stuff, and I would find sometimes they weren't really disappearing. So you can even use like a tape like this, and you'll remove it after you set up your machine. So that's a good tip I can give you. I'm going to just do the pumpkin part. I'm not going to do the P because the monogram took a little longer than I wanted you guys to have to listen. So I'm just going to do the pumpkin. And then what you'll do is you'll just do this, and then we hoop it. If you're worried about anything coming up like this or anything, you can also, that's why I said to make sure you press it. You can also use the painter's tape. And I have done this where you kind of tape it down, you know, so it's not moving. But this is pretty sticky, and it's going to be very hard for it to move. All right, so that's it. That's how we do it. We're going to make sure the pumpkin's right here. You will need to set up, now Artsphera, I did send the design from Artsphera to my machine already. You will also want to make sure that on your machine, the touchscreen, this design is right here in the middle and doesn't go over the edges, okay? If you want to, there is another option where you embroider first and then sew it, but I like to sew it first and embroider. So what do you think?
I don't know. Either way works good. I'm going to bring you up over here on your other.
Okay.
So, we can take a vote from everyone. And while you're doing that, I'm pinning in my sleeves because I'm really excited. I want to make sure I move on to your project immediately when this is over.
Oh, I know. I love, you know what? I was watching your Facebook and I saw the 10 needle and I saw that shirt that was just on the dress form and the embroidery all over it. And then I cannot wait to see the black one in the back.
Look at the embroidery.
Oh, that's amazing.
I designed this for the Avenir. So everyone who has the Avenir has this design right now, but I also have a couple smaller designs with it. So then I can send those to the 10 needle. So all the machines are embroidering.
Oh, I love it. Oh, you probably just like my son would be like
everywhere.
My older ones will always be like, shh. I'm like, you shit. All right. So I'm going to pull you up really quick. All right, so we're at the embroidery machine.
All right, we're back. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
You're okay. So I always get confused. So see, it's set up like it was already that I just showed you how we hooped it. I already placed it where it needs to be. Do you want me to show that, Angela, or do you think we're good?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so what I do, I love all the Brother machines do this, all the embroidery machines, but I love how you can find exactly where you need to be. So I can go down if I need to, and it'll show me exactly where the end of that design is going to be. Okay, see that? And then I can make sure.
I will. There you go. Sorry, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can kind of hold this while I do it. Okay. So, and then if I need to get the center, you can find the center. Everything, like even here, it made sure I was right there on the end. See that? And you can also edit right there. So I know this is a perfect placement. I know it's not going to go below where I need it to go below. See over here, it's right there. And then another thing, you can move it, make it smaller, whatever you may need. Okay.
All right, we got it.
I told my son that he just came in through the door. I told him I'm on a live. I was like, do not ding that doorbell, bud. Like I told him 3 times. Okay. They get home from high school so early these days. Okay. So now we're ready to embroider. I'm just going to do the bottom part. So I can go through and go to number 4 thread. And we're going to just do this So Very Thankful bottom part. It's 3 minutes. So we can chat for 3 minutes. All right.
That sounds good. So, hey, Laura, by the way, since we are live in the chat today, leave your comments in the chat and we will answer those afterwards if we can. And also if you're watching the replay. But Laura, I don't think I was on Instagram this last week. What did you dress up for Halloween? Because you're always like, usually have like the queen outfit. What did you dress up for?
You know what? As my kids get older, it's less and less like my younger one wanted to be something super scary, you know? And so he wanted, and he's into picking it out and all that stuff. So he went as Ghostface from Scream. It's like, you know how to scream them. So I don't really know how to theme with that. My husband actually was out of town and missed his flight home. So it was kind of a crazy Halloween.
Oh no.
I know. It was like, And then my older son, he had a really big race the following day. So he really couldn't even participate in like some of the activities. So it was more of a low key Halloween, but it was nice because I didn't have to stress about photos and all these, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Like
Right.
we just kept it low key. Went trick or treating for like 3 hours.
Oh gosh.
It was all about the candy.
You know, we don't even get trick-or-treaters anymore. Our downtown area, St. Joe's kind of a resort type town, and all of the whole downtown has where the kids can go up and down, and they all go there because they have great treats, it's safe, and they can hit a lot more houses or places than if they went through the neighborhoods, I think.
You know, I'm noticing that too. Someone was saying a lot of the trunk or treats are kind of why they're not going to homes a lot. Our personal neighborhood, it was pretty like dead. But if I went across the street, it was like a whole ordeal. So
wow.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, not like our typical Halloween. But you know, as the kids get a little older, they're some of that like me trying to dress them up how I want. You know what I mean? It doesn't work anymore.
No go.
Yeah, my son's like, no, I'm not going to be Edward Scissorhands, Mom.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, do you want to see my embroidery on what I'm doing on the 10 needle?
Yeah.
Okay, so
cool.
While we're watching yours embroider, okay, hold on.
Let me go get
I'll take it off of the hoop. So Laura, this is going to be my New Year's Eve project.
Ooh.
I don't really go anywhere for New Year's Eve, but okay, everyone, hold tight. I'll bring this up.
Wow.
Look at the fabric. So the fabric is silk, and then it has different colors, and I found embroidery thread that matches. So these are the same designs that are on the blue, but aren't they fun?
That is so pretty. And you embroidered that whole thing.
Yeah.
At once.
Yep. That's and amazing. You can put, I didn't even need 10 colors of thread. So this is kind of the thing. I absolutely love my Avenir, and it's always embroidering, and I'm always using the biggest hoop. Well, these designs I also have in smaller sizes, so I can get things done triple fast. The Avenir is embroidering the big hoop, and the multi-needle is embroidering the sleeves for the top, but I just love it. When it's finished, I'll send you a photo.
I can't wait to see the finished product with that, because that looks like it's couture.
It's supposed to. Yay.
It looks amazing. And the fabric, I like the lines that you have in it that match with the embroidery. I can't wait. That's my next dream machine right there.
You know, everyone used to ask, they still ask me, they're like, well, but what about your Avenir? I'm like, my Avenir is a whole different machine that embroiders all the time, but I'm also sewing on it. And I don't use a multi-needle for business. I mean, although I do the business of creating content and designing patterns and designing embroidery, but I think people forget that the multi-needle is great for home too, just to get a ton of projects done super fast.
That's good to know. Like, so it is faster, and it is, even if you don't have a business, like I was even thinking, I don't have this business, but I would love, because I love embroidery like you. And it's like, I would love to have that quicker, you know what I mean? And you know, these are great machines. I love the 5x7 inch hoop area too. It's just sometimes you want a larger hoop area too. You know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, you're done. I knew we'd chat long enough. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'll bring it up by yourself. That is so cute.
It says so very thankful. And this is available on the ArtSphere app. They have, if you look up like Thanksgiving or pumpkin or fall, they have all the cutest little embroidery patterns. And then on the other side, of course, you would do the monogram that you have or whatever. And then all you do is pull the little sticky. All you do is pull this off. And then just be careful if you have lighter fabric, but this one was pretty stabilized. And then you're done. I mean, look at that. That just pulled right off.
That is adorable. So you could have a different sash for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for whatever holiday season, whatever holiday that you decide to celebrate. Valentine's. I think my wreath is going to be up for Mother's Day. I can keep going.
You're so funny. Seriously, like here's a little Christmas one. You got the little nutcracker.
Oh,
yeah.
Love that.
And
hey, where'd you get that? You told us before on a past show. Where'd you get that P from? I love that font.
This is from Artsphera. If you look up your monogram, they have them, and they have, this one was the 5x7" one. And then the one I just showed you, that one is the for the 4x4". So they have different sizes as well. But yeah.
I love that.
All you do is wrap it around your wreath and ta-da, it's done. And a lot of people will do an alternate sash with a fun print in the back, like this one, for example. So you could do that as well, but it's very easy. It's cute. You know, if you are having guests or hosting, it's a cute idea for, you know, the welcoming when they're coming in the house and stuff like that. But lots of fun options. And like you said, Angela, you can do Valentine's Day. If you're into all the holidays, St. Patrick's Day, you can really have fun with it. It's cute.
Patrick's Day. Oh, I think I'm so excited. I'm going to leave my wreath out for the whole year.
Yes.
Hey, now I'll even have one for fishing season. So I know that there's some little fish in Artsphera. I love this.
I would love that. And then like 4th of July or anything like that. Very good idea.
Oh my gosh. What do you all think of this project? Super cute. So when you add it to the wreath, any special way to tie it? You just tie it.
Oh, let it hang. I just, you know what I do? I just tie it like this. Let me see. I had to tie it a little interesting. It might be really hard with me just holding it like here, but I basically wrapped it around and then put the P side through first, right? This side. And then I wrapped it this way. And you can kind of, you'll see when you're tying it, how it works. It's pretty easy.
Very cute. Very cute. Yeah. Because you want to make sure that it doesn't get twisted on there. Yeah. I love this project, Laura. Yeah. I love it.
It's a fun one. You know me, I'm all about versatility and making my life easier.
And this is something that's super fast. Yeah. Super fast to do.
I mean, look at that. I did that. You did it in we sewed it. We chatted a lot, but we sewed under 5 minutes for the sash. And then the embroidery is whatever time that takes based on, you know, what you're doing and that kind of stuff. So, but once you do the embroidery, you just tear away the stabilizer and it's ready to tie.
I love it. Very simple. So drop your questions. We're live in the chat today, so we will answer questions, but let us know, do you like this project? Super fast, super easy. I would love to know what season you're going to use this for. Is it going to be for Thanksgiving, or are you going to keep yours up for the whole year? Laura, we might have to have like a little contest where we add photos for each season.
Angela, don't go look up wreath sashes because the ideas are so much that you'll just start going crazy. That's why I was like, I'm just going to do white because I'm going to go nuts trying to add little edging and all these details. So we're going to just keep it simple, but they can go get inspiration, and that would be cute. Let's see your wreath sashes and then tag us.
Oh, I would love that. Yes. And also tag Brother Sews. Let me bring that up in case you don't know where that is. I think it's this one here. Yeah. Hashtag Brother Sews. But then they love to see what they're working on. But tag Laura, tag myself, and I want to do this challenge too. I think we should just make a challenge. Everyone, put a wreath on your door. If you don't like wreaths, well, then maybe put it outside. But well, it is outside on the door.
Tie it on your deck or whatever.
This is so fun. Well, thank you for another awesome project. Also, you know, I read a lot of the comments after the live show. Some people come in, they don't have time to watch it live. They watch the replay. Be sure to say hi because I love to see your comments. But they love your projects, Laura, and they love the machines you use because they're very affordable, but they have such good quality stitching. And so we always have every part of the spectrum.
I mean, it is so they just embroider so well.
Yeah. And that's on Artsphera, guys.
Yes.
They have a free version and a paid version. So if you haven't played with that at all, if you have a Brother machine, you gotta try it because there's a ton of cool stuff in there.
That art sphere is life-changing because it's just instantly sent. You know what I mean? Like it's right there. You just open it up and it's there. So I love that.
So easy, so easy. Well, Laura, I cannot wait to see what you have coming up with us next. I know I won't see you before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, and I'll follow you on social, and I will post a photo of my wreath as soon as I'm finished.
I can't wait. All right.
All right.
Again, thanks for having me.
Bye, everyone.